I'm going to open up the instrument. You've done some really nice things in here. Looks really good. And let me show everybody a better view of this first.
Sure, and I can give a little bit of context of what this is for and my question, if that helps.
Yeah, go ahead while I'm pulling this up, and then
Great. Yeah, so I'm working as a consultant kind of for Yuma Health Department. This is a survey in association with AZ Health Zone, which is a state-funded initiative for that county, and we are trying to do a food and physical activity environmental assessment. So this is the survey portion of that assessment, and it's in Yuma County with City of Yuma residents and City of San Luis residents, and so we do need it to be in English and Spanish. And I have actually perfect right there, number 6 and 7. I have those other options with the text right in if they need to, write in their unique field.
Beautiful.
And my challenge today is the translation. So I've got the coding correctly for English, but if I change language into Spanish, those other boxes don't appear. So that's what I'm looking for help on today.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and that happens in the individual questions as well as maybe if you go to one of the next pages or so, you can kind of switch back to English if you'd like.
Oh, that's all right. I'm totally non-bilingual, so you can just stop me whenever. Yeah.
So in this one is the more challenging one too, where I did remove the other option because I felt like, well, man, that's just a lot of data, a lot of options to read and choose all at once. But that's when I also noticed that the other options weren't appearing in the other questions. So it's both in this kind of descriptive question format and in any of the other ones.
Yeah. So I'm going to go over here to the designer. And I have no idea what I'm doing at the moment, but let's see if we can figure out. And Manny, watch this and see if you see anything. And so you started showing the other. Where did you first put the other? Where's the first one that's not showing up?
Way up near the top, I think.
Let's see, go ahead and scroll up. Yeah, these are all the embedded fields here. Keep going, keep going. Go north of this big table.
Oh, here. Okay. All right.
No, keep going, keep going, keep going. Yeah. That other. Yeah.
The other, like here. I mean, this is an example, right?
No. Okay, stop scrolling. That one right there. How would you like to receive information about services with the other below it? Yeah.
Yeah. So this is one. So, all right. You've got this, and you know what? That really seems like a bug. Just a minute, I'm gonna. So she's using the multi-language management tool, and we're gonna go over to the forms and surveys, and we'll look at the survey settings and the fields, and oh, Spanish, sorry. Okay, so we're here. We're gonna go down, but you know what? That's an embedded field that's just not showing up. It has nothing whatsoever to do with translation. That's why I'm thinking That's a bug. Go back here to the designer. Okay, so it's clearly you've used what you need to embed it. This has to be a bug carry. And I'm sorry, did she just disappear? She did. I said bug and she went away. Oh well, for those of you who are still here and if she returns. So hopefully you see what's going on to embed a field. And this was, I didn't know she was even doing this when I first looked at this. This is perfect. She's got the other option embedded right after the other on the selection. And so I'm guessing that once you select it, even though it's not, see, it's showing up here. This is not, let me get in the survey. Oh, she's coming back. All right, let me get back over here again. Oh, I do have this open. Okay, so I want to go backwards. And then if I translate, I check the box. Okay, so for those of you who are watching and now, looks like Carrie, you are able to see this. This is definitely a bug. This should show up. Wait, so this is just embedded. This is embedded. These weren't. Let me just check again. Where's the next one that's not showing up? Can you, okay.
So any of those questions that have an other as the last option, not the tables. And those are all the embedded fields associated with the table above it. So it'd be scrolling pretty far down.
All right, just tell me where to stop. Okay, so here.
Yep, there.
All right, so other, food access, other. Okay, so let's try whoops, that's not what I want to do. I want to come here. So this is difficult food access. And this is other. All right. I can refresh this page. Yeah, doesn't respond to branching logic either. That was the only thing I could think of as a possibility. I mean, the fields that you have already, just for those also who are on the call, she has these set up without branching logic so that they're automatically appearing. I just thought I'd take a chance and add the branching logic so that it shows up only when. So,
Hey, Terry,
yes,
can you add the field embedding into the translation? So that way REDCap picks up the field embedding?
let's see.
I did try that and it just showed up as text. With the
Okay.
curly brackets, it didn't make an embedding. It just appeared as text, but maybe I did it wrong.
Well, let's take a look at it. I mean, that's a good thought. Over here. All right, so she would have needed to bring all right, so let's find one that tell me when I get to one that doesn't work.
Yep, right there is good. Where it says otro,
Here. But
right above.
Isn't
Yeah,
that
option 6.
that's embedded somewhere, right?
Well, so the code 1 through 6, those are the multiple choice options for that question. And so
So
otro
here.
there would be how, where the text appears in Spanish instead of other, it would show up as otro in Spanish. So right there in English, I've got the embedding code, which is why it shows up with those curly brackets.
Yeah. So it's not a descriptive text field with embedding that way. It's embedding through a choice option. So I'm back to, I'm sorry. I gotta write it down. This is the first of the bugs that I will. Where's my? Right. Meanwhile, when I check this after the class,
Terry, I just had a question. Do you think the bug is system-wide or just within her project?
no, well, I would have always said in the past, any bug is system-wide. But having said that, I have in the past 3 months been introduced to bugs specific to a project. So then it makes me wonder, is it a bug about that? So if it was a bug, then it would be system-wide. Every project that did this with a translation should have this problem. I have seen a couple bugs that show up in a project, and if I test them in my test project, they don't show up. So it's project specific, but how that can be, I don't know. I mean, I'm talking about simple things generally that you'd like just turn on and turn off, and you'll turn it on in a project and it doesn't work, and you turn it on in another project and it does work. That defies the logic of computing and programming generally. either it works or it doesn't across all of REDCap. So when something like this happens, it should be system-wide. But this is the first I've seen it, so I haven't tested it, and I will test it in a test project just to make sure, or, if Michael or Manny, if you want to try it while, we're on the call and get back to me, then fine. But otherwise, I'll have to test it offline because I have no idea. But that's a good question.
Well, I asked because I also have a Spanish translation in
Yeah, I
our
know.
project, and we have embedded fields. And so in my translation, I do still include the embedded field. So like in her project where you are right now for number 6, I would still add the field label after the outro. And for me,
Yeah.
it shows up.
Yeah, I saw that you were doing that. So you have the exact same thing as this?
Yep.
Can I show your project?
Yes.
But do you have it in as one of the options that you select, or you have it as like a
Yeah, I
separate-
have it in a multi-select. I can share my screen right now. So for me, it's showing up in my translated version.
All
And I
right,
do
I'm
have
gonna
that field.
stop share a minute here, and then let's take a look at yours. I had yours up somewhere, but I don't see it immediately.
No problem. Hold on. I'll figure out what screen this is. Here we go. So yeah, so in the English, we have this, it's a multi-select, we have the other options. In the Spanish, it also translates, we have the other options. And in the REDCap, I do include the embedded field in the translation. Because I think when I was doing this at first, when I did include this, I wouldn't see that text box as what Carrie's seeing right now. But when I added it is when I'm able to see the boxes.
Perfect.
But didn't you
That's-
say you tried that and it didn't work for you? Because that's what I was recommending to Terry earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, well, so the difference is I had this embedding in both multiple selection and the descriptive text function, and I was trying it first in the descriptive text. So let me just go in and try it in the multiple choice really fast.
Okay, I'm gonna stop your share.
Yep.
And come back to mine, and then we'll take a look. Nice job on that. That's good to know. So basically, putting this in. I don't want to mess with what Carrie's doing. You're already doing this.
Well, I've stopped because my Zoom was crashing on me, some on my phone. So yeah, go ahead and then we can see what happens on your end.
Okay. Okay, so let's come here. There we go. Reload this. Okay, there's the other there.
Nope. Well, you
Yeah.
have a bug.
So then that means it's project specific. Sounds like.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Well, just to be sure, let me get out of this, and I can. Okay. So let me try this one more time.
You know what? It looks like it shows up for me now on question number 7. Yep, after you get through the consent there. Question 7, it looks like it did work. So that must have been the one we did it on. Question 6 is still appearing the same with otro as the option to select, but no text box.
Yeah,
And so that's the English.
and then Spanish.
Ah,
There it is.
great. Thanks, Namunga.
Well, good
Shared
to
knowledge.
know. Good to know. All right.